Okay, continuing on in removing the ball joint for the Lexus RX 400H. Yeah, I've gone and purchased a tool, which is a 30mm socket, which is a 12, call it 30mm, 12 point. I just say 12 point socket. It's a deep one as well. Just take off this nut. I've taken it off with the air gun, done that, loosen that off, loosen these bolts off for the suspension arm. So what I'm going to do is check to see what other bits and pieces might need to be taken off. I want to leave this on, but if it has to come off, I'll take it off. I want to see if I can leave the caliper on as well. If the caliper needs to come off, I'll take the caliper off as well. So obviously taking these bolts off and taking the brakes off as well. And obviously I've loosened this one as well. Loosen that off, that's off as well, so it doesn't put any strain and tension onto the brake pipe. So yes, so give it a go. I'm going to start removing these bits off, and then we'll come back to it. So yeah, as you said before, I need to remove that and remove all those bits so I can loosen up the hub, so I can get to the bolt, the top bolt of the ball joint. So I'll start that now and come back to it. Okay, yeah, looking at it now, I've undone these bolts at the top here, knocked them out, pin like that, just basically punch them out. Taking this off as well as loosening it, but I don't think there's enough slack on this wire. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove it. It looks like a 10mm, I think, so I'm going to remove this ABS sensor, get it out of the way, probably clean it up at the same time as well. It's probably going to be dirty in there, so I'm going to put a bit of WD-40 on it and take that one off as well. Yeah, that bit appears to be a 10mm, so it is, yeah, it's coming off nicely. Okay. So give that a little clean before I put that back. At least we know now that is safe, that's not going to break, so just let's get that out of the way. Okay. There we go, a little bit of jiggling around the front after I've taken the 30mm bolt off from the front section. Yeah, jiggling, came off very easily, very easy, no banging, just slid nicely off. As you can see, it's exposed the bolt there, so once I move this out of the way, I'll move this at a different angle, we'll be able to get to that bolt with a socket. The only thing is, you've got this brake line here, which is quite tight, so you're going to have to be careful with this brake line, or, as I said, we could take the caliper off. It's entirely up to you whether you take that caliper off, or you see that brake line is quite tight there. So I'm going to try and work with it and support this brake line. Okay, so what I've done is I've decided not to take the brake caliper off. That means dismantling all the brakes. And if I was changing the brakes, then yes, I would remove it and replace the brakes, but I'm not going to, just going to leave that on. So I've just cable tied it up here like that now, which is taking the slack, giving slack to the brake line. So there's no strain on that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean that bolt up with a wire brush, WD-40 with it, and see if I can get it off nice and easily. Okay, so what I've got to do now is try and remove that split pin. I've cleaned it up now as best I can. So try and remove this split pin, get it as straight as possible. As you get that split pin as straight as possible and pull it out. that go now. Okay, what I'm going to use the ratchet wrench in doing it the electric. So it's an electric one. It's quite a powerful one, this one. So I've loosened it off already. I've used a little flexi bar on there as well. So because obviously the angle, it's a bit straight on there going down. I mean, you could use a breaker bar. Just find this a little bit easier. So. Split pin. I have to break the split pin. It won't come off. It's completely seized on, so just break it off anyway, because you're going to get a new one when you buy the ball joint. So yeah, let's continue on. Give you a bit more. So I've got a ball joint separator or splitter, whichever you want to call it, tool set here. I find that this is probably the best one to use. So let's see. Just slide it in from the bottom where the ball joint rubber is. So we'll slide it in the middle, get it on that bolt, secure it a bit, and we'll just get the ratchet on it. And once the ratchet is, put a bit of tension on it. Once the ratchet has put a little bit of tension on it, what we do then, we'll give it a little bang. And that should split and come apart. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'll be back 1 minute once I've tightened it up. There we go. I've used a spanner on it, as you can't really get a ratchet in there. It's got a really tiny one, so I've used a spanner just going forward. Tightened it up a few turns, and it broke, it cracked, as in like the ball joint cracked. The tension, so it's good, it's all off. So the ball joint is off. Right. Here we go, taken the tool off. As you can see, it's you can't see it from there, but it is loose, so I'm going to pull that off now. Okay, what I've done is I've removed the hub from the ball joint, as you can see. The cable ties were supporting the brake hose, but I didn't trust it enough, so what I've done is I've put a metal coat hanger to the top here, supporting it even more so it can't drop, just in case they snap. It's going to put too much tension on that. That's what I've done. As I said, it's up to you whether you wanted to take the brake caliper off. You could have taken the brake caliper off and tie that up here and put it out of the way. You could have done that if you wanted to. Possibly could have been easier, could have cleaned the brakes up at the same time. But yeah, I decided to do it this way. It's your choice, whichever way you want to do it. So what I've done is undo the 3 bolts that hold the ball joint on. As you can see, they're there, 3 bolts. So it's a matter of now taking the ball joint off. As you can see, comes off fairly easily. So there you go. So let's clean that up, put the other one on. As you can see, here we go. This one's definitely gone. Look at that. So we've got a split there, look. Right there. So hole. Split. So yeah, this was knackered. It's old, looks like it's been on there from bloody new, isn't it? Okay. Well, there you go. So I'm gonna go and get the new one. Clean it up first down there and put the new one on. Oh, got some new ball joint kit here. So open that up. What we've got. Right. New ball joint. A new crown nut. I've also got a spare one here. Crown nut, which I presume. There we go, you've got your nuts there. And your bolt. So 3 bolts and a new split pin. good. Just get on, put this on. Well, I've put it on, as you can see. Where are we? Yeah, underneath there. Yeah, so it's on. I don't know if you can see that, but there you go. Just put the crown nut on, and I'm going to put it down. So as in like tying it down, and it's all about just reverse order, putting it all back in together. Yeah, just take your time in doing it. As you can see, I've dropped the jack down. Yeah, let's put the wheel back on. We gave some of the components in there a little bit of a clean as well. Yeah, so it's just basically putting everything back in reverse order and talking everything down. Hope this video helps. As I said, I couldn't see much out there, but this video may help you with other Lexuses as well. It's pretty straightforward to do. Yeah, at the end of the day, I probably would have taken the caliper off. Might be easier to tie that and get that out of the way. But then the suspension arm, sorry, not the suspension arm, the steering arm, is obviously going to need supporting anyway, so you don't put too much pressure on that. But yeah, I mean, holding it up with the coat hanger supported it as well. Yeah, it's entirely up to you how you do it. You can see how it is. Just go for it.